I got 2 homies.
All right.
If he's a big one and he's not fixed, and that's the
I'm
thing.
just gonna
Some
go
of my
on that
buddies
thing
are like,
and do
oh, it's fixed. I don't want it.
Skating out here in Fresno, basically there's pools all over the place. You can just, you know, go in between streets and neighborhoods and alleyways and just basically find them everywhere. All sorts of different kinds of pools, you know, shapes, sizes, different coping, different textures, different surfaces. Everything's good out here.
I always wanted to come to Fresno. I always wanted to skate pools. Just never had access to them in Santa Cruz. Like Buena Vista was buried back then, and it was still pretty underground, you know, like Fruit of the Vine had come out, but it wasn't so, you wouldn't see pool photos in every skate magazine like you do now. I moved out here, and first day I moved out here, I called one of the skate shops and asked if they knew where there were any empty pools, and they told me how to get to the Vagabond. Went to the Vagabond, met Lincoln Nass and Holly and Flea, who all of them were also from like coast towns. Yeah, they all hated me at first. Holly didn't. Me and Holly were fun, but some of the other dudes like Flea and Scooter, they didn't really like me that much because I was just like some fucking dumb kid that didn't know anything about pool skating. I just kind of moved out here and I was just like so into it. I just was searching nonstop and started finding pools they already knew about and shit. So they were just like kind of over me at first, but then I think I was just finding so much shit that they finally just accepted me and I kind of figured it out.
We got Peacock's number from one of his boys. I think it was like Damon. I came down with my buddy Beef Nick. I had the fucking epic session ever. I've never skated a pool that was so wide open, so good. To me, it was punk rock skateboarding, the epitome. You know, no spectators, no one to show off tricks to, no one to impress. And then I just started coming out. Yeah, just always try to come out as many as I can. And then the foreclosure shit started going on, and it was on. It's fucking, when I push down on my hill, it shoots like crazy, like pressure everywhere.
I think Fresno was once a meth capital. I like it, you know, like people always trip on me like, how the fuck did you move from Santa Cruz to Fresno? And it's like, I somehow find like a beauty in the trashiness of all the boarded up houses and just like urban crustiness. It's also just, it's fun. It's like free entertainment. Like who needs a TV when you can just drive around, search for new spots? And I've seen like dudes riding a BMX down the street with a chainsaw over the handlebars. Like, just like you can't drive through Fresno and not just see weird shit that you'd never see anywhere else.
When I think of Fresno, the only reason I would be there was to skate pools with Peacock, and that was it. The first really skatable pools that I ever got to hit were in Fresno. So I went out there, I think one weekend with Josh Mattson, met Peacock and a couple of guys, and then we skated like 3-4 pools or something like that. And it was like crazy. I didn't even know that kind of thing existed. And then like that many pools all at once. Like I'd go out every other weekend and we'd skate like 5 or 6 new pools every single time, and all of them were good. Those were just like the good ones that he found. He had found 10 others that were horrible, but like he'd spend all week searching them, draining them, cleaning them, and then we'd come on the weekend, wake up at 7 in the morning, and we'd go hit all the best ones that he found. So I don't think I would have really been exposed to that kind of stuff if it wasn't for him. If you ask anybody who lives in Fresno, I don't know if they're trying to stay there. Like, I remember like beer would be cheap, and you could buy a house for like $30,000. Peacock would always say it's like a ploy to get people to stay there. Fucking like 120 degrees summertime. Yeah, freezing in the winter, fucking crazy ass people walking around.
Gotta do a Gila and then turn it around to that. Like one of those fuel monsters and turn it.
Like, do you heat monster and like revert that way?
Somehow, yeah.
Last time we were here, Peacock fell off the roof while he was filming. The bones popped out. The house is pretty dirty, man. You don't want your bones rubbing on his floor. Peacock was saying though, since your bones never get light of day, he was saying he caught a bone tan. So it was super sunny that day.
It pretty much started off like that. Started off like the guy shooting the dangerous sport at the house in the land of let's sue each other, brother. Well, he fucking broke his shit and he didn't sue me and he didn't even think about it. And it's like stayed that kind of vibe.
We've become friends with all those homeowners through skating their pools, and it's kind of cool now. We just go over there and skate, kick it with them.
Yeah, dude, fucking, we'll do yard work. We'll fucking clean it out. We'll bring you beer. We'll pay you money. We'll pay them fucking $10 a sesh. Come by once a week. They're stoked. Extra $40. Buy some fucking diapers or beer or fucking. Fresno ended up being like the permission capital for like really good backyard pools.
For me, I film skateboarding for a living, so it's awesome when you have a permission pool because you got time to set up and shoot things the way you'd like to shoot as opposed to just barging and like trying to get lucky to get a good shot or hoping you even get a good shot before the cops show up and kick you out. So like permission pools, you got time to set up dollies or tripods or just shoot things the way you really want to shoot it.
Well, I mean, as far as I've ever known, dude. Every pool that pops up, it's, you know, couple sessions and house gets sold or fucking whatever. So then the next time you go, you're like, fuck, dude, like, this one could be gone, you know, and there's that fucking spot you want to hit. And you're like, I got to get it right now.
Yeah, I guess there's a rush too behind skating pools, especially if you're barging. Actually, I think sometimes, like, for my style of skating, I prefer to do things like really quick and without thinking. So sometimes when actually, if we get permission on a pool, that kind of sucks for me, because then they're like, oh, you can kick it here for 6 hours and try to get whatever you want. And it's like, maybe I won't get as much done then, whether it's like, if it was a barge and you've got 5-10 minutes max to do something, you're not even gonna be thinking, you're just gonna get in there and try to get everything at once and leave before you get caught.
Towns like Fresno or Riverside or, you know, Palm Springs, it's these desert type towns that's so hot that the years when these houses were built, you know, it was an American dream to have a house with a pool. Now no one gives a shit anymore.
You know, I've lived in Fresno my whole life, so I tend to hide in the house in the air conditioning for the whole summer.
This summer/year, this drought was the worst one ever. There was over 150 plus days of triple degree heat this year. So fucking over it. I've never been more ready to get the hell out of here. The one thing about the drought is I haven't had to bucket nearly as many pools.
You don't want to stay in the same place forever. It's cool, like, yeah, you're down to come back to it, but staying there for too long anywhere, doing the same thing over and over, at least for what we do, I think that's like a really common attitude for people who skate. I don't know what that is about it, but everyone wants to get into the car and fucking drive 15 hours to go skate a 4-foot quarter pipe. Just because it's by a river or something, it's not in their town.
Finally getting the fuck out of here. Finally leaving Fresno. I've been here for 14 years. It's a love-hate relationship I have with this town. More hate than love. Well, I'd say it's 50-50. And then we moved to Oceanside and skating pools out there. There's pools all over California. I'm clearing out the house and I'm getting ready to get the fuck out and just counting down the days. Some kids told us about this, so we thought it'd be just something different than the usual.
I understand that. You see, I still think the law can't be here.
I know.
I have no idea when you're nothing coming up with it. So I have to take you downtown, fingerprint to find out who you are.
It's a long carve too. Like.